Curious about off-the-grid lifestyles, sustainable building techniques, and homesteading skills will want to mark their calendars. The Southwest Virginia Alternative Living Expo is coming to Ferrum, and today we are joined by event organizer Ed Saunders to the studio to discuss what we can expect. Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, all right, so tell me what led to the organization of this event.
So one of the things that we found kind of living in Ferrum is that everybody lives just a little different. It's not really a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the suburbs kind of place.
Yeah.
We have some folks that we know that live, in earth-sheltered homes, or you could call it a bunker for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
We know some folks that live in like school buses or like old cabins. Some folks that are off-grid as well. So everybody lives their own way out there, and we really appreciate that. It's one of the things that makes Appalachia really special.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful part of our area, and you really kind of can enjoy just that peaceful, tranquil setting that Franklin County just kind of, invites to you. If you live there, work there, it doesn't matter. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So people can live off the grid. They can grow their own food, and you're going to teach them how to do all that, right?
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Okay.
If nothing else, we can give them some curiosity.
Okay.
So one of the things that we've always found in a lot of the things that we do, if you can expose people to ideas that they've maybe not seen before, they can kind of go down the rabbit hole themselves and maybe find more information about stuff that they didn't know before.
Yeah.
That's what we're really hoping to do with this, is expose folks to different ideas of how they can keep their family safe, how they can raise food, how they can build their own buildings or their own homes. Everything's so expensive, and that's kind of one of the root causes of this. One of the things we kind of want to address for folks.
Yeah, a lot of people are really kind of interested.
Reducing
in this.
Costs wherever possible.
Absolutely, and now's the time to do it. Okay, so let's talk about the expo, and there's going to be all sorts of things happening. So kind of give us a highlight of what we can expect.
So we have 2 tents. We're going to have 8 speakers each. They're going to cover topics from seed saving, butchering your own chickens, building your own house, putting in backup power for you, so if the power goes out like it seems to do so often here, you have a solution for that. So we're going to cover a whole bunch of topics. We're also going to have a few different tiny home setups for folks who want to maybe explore that. We have a couple of school bus conversions coming. We have a gentleman who converted an ambulance. That's his work truck, but he lives in it as well when he's working off site. So just a couple different things to expose folks. We have a couple of folks who are selling tiny homes. They build and sell tiny homes here in Franklin County. They're going to be setting up as well. So if you're looking to maybe downsize, maybe your kids are out of the house and you're looking to save some money, cut down on your energy bills and just the amount of space you have to clean, we'll have some options out there for that as well.
Yeah. Talk about some of the benefits of living this lifestyle. You yourself are kind of, living this lifestyle. What is it that, what do you love about it, and why should other people live this way?
I think there's a sense of appreciation, with knowing where your food comes from. It's a lot of work, obviously, and a lot of folks, maybe take that for granted. But when you know where your food comes from, that's a wonderful feeling. Knowing how your animals were treated before you butcher them, that kind of thing. And honestly, so I live in an earth-sheltered home. It's a relatively unconventional home, but my energy bill is half of what somebody else's would be the same size. And when the power goes out, my heat stays the same. So
you don't panic.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
the rest of us.
exactly. So I don't have to worry about anything freezing or anything like that. So there's always these unconventional or folks that will look at it and say it's unconventional, but I think it's unique, and I think celebrating the unique parts about us collectively, we are all a little different, and I think that I think that's really important. And again, knowing how to do things, knowing stuff about your house that a lot of people maybe don't understand as well. There's not as much panic when the power goes out, or there's not as much panic when something happens. You know how to fix it.
Right.
And that's something I really hope for people to take away from this.
The DIY kind of lifestyle. Yeah. And you also have some guest speakers who are going to be on hand to kind of answer questions and kind of show how they have done it, right?
Yep. All of our speakers, they'll be kind of hanging around the area. So a lot of them are vendors as well, so they'll have their own tents set up so people can go and talk if you have more specific questions about backup generators or things like that. The other thing too is we're hoping to have a resource online for people that can't make it to be able to log in, basically pay ticket price, which is only $25 at the gate. It's $20 if you prepay. But we're hoping to give them a resource that they can log into and then view any of the footage from that event
That's great.
afterwards.
Okay, all right. So let's pop up that information if people want to go to the event, or if they can't, and they can maybe go online. We'll have a link on our website, but it's Saturday, May 31st from 8 to 5 at Ferrum Park.
Yep.
And $25 you said, and also as a fundraiser for that Ferrum Park, right?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Okay, all right.